And welcome back to the North Carolina Tar Heels on SI podcast. I am your host, Grant Chachere, bringing you all the latest news on UNC sports. Of course, I am the lead beat writer here on the site. We're going to be delivering you all the latest content. We got some great content being loaded up right now. Of course, not only from me, but from Jeremiah Tacho, who is our associate beat writer here on Tar Heels on SI, and then also Caleb Sis, who is our national recruiting analyst, and he's going to be delivering you all the latest news on UNC football. So make sure to go check him out as well. And of course, this is a huge week, not only for UNC, but for the entire conference. You have ACC Media Days, and so all 70 teams, yes, there are 17 teams in the Atlantic Coast Conference. A lot of teams, don't know why, but that is the modern day era of college football. But UNC will be highlighted on Thursday, and of course, much of the talk will be around Bill Belichick for obvious reasons. And now Bill Belichick will be joined here by cornerback Thaddeus Dixon, safety Will Hardy, wide receiver Jordan Shipp, and quarterback Gio Lopez. And we'll talk a little bit more about Gio later in the show. And this is a big opportunity for UNC to get their message across the board, whether that be the message of the program, the recruiting pitches, get to hear some players speak for the first time, and to get their views on Bill Belichick and how the program's going and how they're doing and what they're doing to improve. Everyone gets this shtick. But there's three things that you should expect when your Tar Heels go up to the podium. And that first thing is, how does Bill Belichick adapt to the college game? Bill Belichick has not coached college football for over 50 years. The last time he coached, he was an assistant. I believe it may have been at Westland. I have to double check that. But regardless, it has been 50 years since he last coached college football. It's been a long time. Actually, not in just 50 years. He's never coached. He's never coached college football. So that just tells you what kind of uphill battle he has to do. Not only does he have to coach college kids, coach college football for the first time in his career, but he's also doing it where the landscape's always changing because of NIL and the transfer portal. So his resume speaks for itself. The man's won 6 Super Bowls. Nobody's won more Super Bowls than him. The closest coach has won as many as Bill Belichick was Chuck Noll, where he won 4 Super Bowls with the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 70s. It's a chance to hear his views. There's gonna be, of course, questions about how can he relate to college kids, especially since he's never coached college football. You'll also get to see how he feels about the changing landscape of college football and how he and his staff are handling that. I think it'll be very interesting to hear his thoughts on those two aspects. I know he's a very stoked guy. He may not give a whole lot of answers. He might give a lot of answers. I don't know. Maybe this job might rejuvenate him. Who knows? But it'd be very interesting to hear, his takes about, coaching in college for the first time. You also get, to hear his thoughts about college football. How is it different from the pros? And there's a whole lot of questions that'll probably be asked about Bill Belichick adapting the college game. I can guarantee you that, and that's what you should expect on Thursday. And the second thing you're going to hear a lot about is recruiting optics, right? Recruiting is everything in college football, especially in the day of the NIL era. And Bill Belichick, of course, will always drive attention, right? If you get an offer from North Carolina, probably one of the first things to think of if you get an offer from Bill Belichick, and Bill Belichick thinks you're a hell of a player. But recruiting is also about relationships. And not only is it about relationships, it's also about perception. How do recruits perceive you? Do they trust you? Do they love you? Are they not getting the vibe? Do they feel like you're lying to them? There's a whole lot that goes with recruiting. And I think this will give a chance for Bill Belichick to give out his pitch. And the big thing about his pitch is North Carolina, the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, his football program, he wants it to be the 33rd NFL franchise. It's going to be run like a pro football team. That's what it's going to be. But it's not just about how the program's being run. A lot of these guys who are playing for UNC right now, and not even just for UNC, all over the country, want to make it to the NFL. And there's no better coach who knows about not only getting to the NFL, but staying in the NFL for a very long time. Bill Belichick knows what it takes. Not only because he coached, but remember, he also was the de facto GM for the Patriots. A lot of the decisions were made by him. So he will know what it takes not only to get to the NFL, but stay and play in the NFL for a very long time. And that will be very appealing to not only to the recruits at home, but to their families who are also part of the process of deciding what's best for, let's say, little Johnny. But although Johnny may not be little, he might be 6'5", 250 pounds. But, who knows? But, Clemson, Florida State, and Miami have dominated the recruiting landscape in the ACC. And if North Carolina wants to join the big boys, and if not, also beat the big boys at their own game, their recruiting message will be very important come ACC Media Days, the ACC kickoff, because you want to let your message known, and this is the best way to do it because all eyes will be on North Carolina. And the third thing we'll talk about, the third and final thing, and I kind of alluded to it earlier, was Gio Lopez. And Gio Lopez was named as one of the attendees. And that's shocking because when it comes to position battles, especially when at quarterbacks, coaches will not bring the quarterback unless they know he is a starter. And it wasn't like Gio Lopez was here during the spring. Gio Lopez was a post-spring transfer. He came after spring football was over. And what this tells you, and this also what tells you about Bill Belichick's thinking about the quarterback battle right now, is that Gio Lopez is the guy. It's simple. He's simply the guy. You don't bring in Gio Lopez, you don't get him to transfer from South Alabama to not be the starter. He's the starter. By the way, Mac Johnson's still on the roster, guys. Yes, he is coming back from injury, but he's still on the roster. And they could have brought Max Johnson to be safe, but they didn't. They brought Gio Lopez. And Gio Lopez isn't a bad player, y'all. Over 2,500 passing yards, 18 touchdowns to 5 interceptions, and he also had 463 rushing yards and 7 more touchdowns on the ground. He is a dual threat quarterback. He's also very effective on the deep ball. He completed 41% of his passes for over, I believe it was 900 yards. But he also, 9 of his touchdown throws came from 20 yards or more. That's not like the guy catches it 3 yards up the field and then he races for the end zone. No. I'm talking about throws where they went over 20 yards until the receiver caught it. He is very good at throwing the deep ball, and he's not afraid of doing so. He's highly, highly effective. And that's pretty good. If you have a quarterback who could throw the deep ball effectively, that's really good. And also, he's very good at the short ball, too. May need to improve in the intermediate throwing just a tad, but he's a very accurate quarterback. And not only that, he's great against the blitz. Not so great against pressure, right? Now, pressure and blitz is different, right? Because you could get pressure from only rushing 3 defensive line, for example. But when they blitz, whether that be a cornerback or a linebacker or all three linebackers, he's extremely effective against the blitz, and we'll break that down in another episode. But I think this is very important. I think it's very important that Gio Lopez is one of the attendees for the ACC kickoff, because it tells you what Bill Belichick is thinking about this quarterback battle. And the fact that he's already bringing on Gio Lopez, it means a lot, and it says a lot, and I think you should expect Gio Lopez to be the starter when TCU comes to town Labor Day night, 6 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN. But that's going to wrap up this episode. But before we go, I also want to share this with you guys. If you have Twitter, or you like to use Twitter, we do have a Twitter. We created that on earlier this month, and you get to see all of our updates, all of our articles on here. Make sure to go follow us. We got a lot of great content, and you're going to see a lot of great content in the next few days or so. We got ACC Media Days, and then we're 2 weeks away from fall camp, and that's when it really gets down, because we get later and later into the season. And I also want to share with you guys that we also have a Facebook page. So if you prefer Facebook over Twitter, or you just have a Facebook and you use Facebook quite a bit, we also have our Facebook page that also got uploaded earlier this month. So make sure to go check that out as well. Follow both. We'll be uploading content not only every day on the site, but we'll also share that with you guys via social media. So make sure to go check that out. I'm your host, Grant Chachere, the lead beat writer here on Tar Heels on SI. We'll be bringing you an episode every day, and also we'll have daily articles from me, from Jeremiah Artacho, and from our recruiting analyst, Caleb Sisk, every day. We got a lot of great content coming up. I'm really excited for not only this football season, but just this athletic season as a whole. Right? This is my first time not my first time being in North Carolina, but getting the chance to live in North Carolina, live in Chapel Hill, and get to see all the great things that this town and this university has to offer. I'm really, really excited. And once again, make sure to check us out on social media. Also, make sure to go follow me at Chachere Grant on Twitter. Just my name, my first and last name, but just reverse on Twitter. Make sure to go do that. I'll see you guys tomorrow.